morning, everyone, or at least good morning from where I am. I'm coming to you today from my car once again. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and record a video in my office or at the bar. But I feel like it's necessary to briefly come on here and talk about Electroneum and where I see it could be going. You know, I've noticed in some of the Telegram channels out there and in some of the social media channels that people have been somewhat frustrated, somewhat discouraged about the progress of Electroneum. And I understand, you know, a lot of people have been around since the ICO of Electroneum back in end of 2017, and you know, I certainly have been in the space since a little bit before that time, and obviously put a little bit of money into Electroneum when you know, during the ICO. But one thing that I think people have to understand is that because of the shift from the old blockchain to the new one, which was a fantastic move by Richard Ellis and his team, it's because it solved a few issues. And you know, those issues were obviously scalability issues as well as adaptability issues. And with the new smart chain, I think it just absolutely opened up you know, so many opportunities, so many doors, and it's already showing. Okay, the price may not reflect that yet, but I think it's just a matter of time. And you know, as mentioned before, with the hackathon going on right now, a lot of the projects you know, will be coming out, and hopefully some very exciting ones. There are already great projects out there, and I think we will see, you know, sometime in the next few months, you know, sometime this year, we'll see a lot more projects. And the use case of Electroneum has increased, or at least the possibilities of use cases has increased on this new blockchain. So again, it's an absolute fantastic move to move this, you know, to move Electroneum to this wide open, scalable, and fast blockchain. I mean, the amount of time it takes to actually do a transaction, it's ridiculous how fast it is. I mean, it settles within seconds, and you know, obviously I've used it, and super surprised on how smooth the transactions are. Now, the question here is, you know, will it be the same once, you know, a lot more people are on the blockchain? You know, but I think that's something that needs to be seen. But I think we wouldn't have a problem with scalability issues here with this new smart chain. So that's number one. And number two, you know, projects. You know, there are already great projects on the chain right now, and with the hackathon, you know, which I mentioned in, you know, some of my previous videos, with this hackathon that's going on right now, we will see a lot more good projects coming up in the near future, I'm hoping, and that will also, you know, obviously expose Electroneum to a lot more people. Sorry, guys, just gonna make sure I'm not going too fast here. But you know what? Another good thing is that just kind of lost my train of thought. You know, scalability, fast, and you know, usability, right? Is there a case, you know, are there any use cases that this blockchain can be used for? And I think because of the change in blockchains, there's absolutely, you know, it opened up Electroneum to a vast majority of a vast number of possibilities for use cases. So, and I hate to compare it to to Solana, right? But that's exactly what Solana, how Solana ended up, where it is right now. And in my opinion, however, I think Electroneum is a much more solid blockchain. So, but in any case, the use cases for Electroneum is what's going to attract the masses. It's what's going to attract a lot of people. And then couple that with, again, scalability and how fast the network is. I think Electroneum is going to be a very successful blockchain, in its own rights. A lot of people, they look at the price, and we've been hovering, around 0.0023, 0.0025. Just a few weeks ago, I think we've reached like 0.003 and some change. And I think this is a great time to accumulate. I think we're just ranging, and whenever we're hitting, the bottom of that range, I think that's a great time to accumulate more. What the hell? I think it's a great time to sorry. I think it's a great time to accumulate more Electroneum, because if you really think about it, right? So right now we're sitting at around 0.0023 this morning when I checked, but just sometime in 2021, and depending on the exchange that you look at, we were sitting at roughly 3 cents, 4 cents, 3-4 cents, sometimes 5 cents, depending on the exchange. And that is huge, because I'm not saying this is going to happen, but typically during a bull run, the coin will revisit that high sometime, right? And it's not even the all-time high. I mean, we can talk about an all-time high at another time, but just to reach the highs of 2021, that is a 13x from today. Okay, I mean, let that sink in. All right, a 13x from today, which is absolutely possible, and even more possible because of the new blockchain. Once people actually discover what this blockchain can do, it just, in my mind, it can just go up from here. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? Another thing that I want to touch on is, I was talking to another Electroneum OG, so to speak, just a week ago or so, and we were talking about the price and the potential of Electroneum, and he had a very good point, right? A lot of people, and including me, I have to say, I'm guilty, right? We focus on the price so much. We sit there and we complain about the price, and why we're still sitting at this price, blah blah blah. But we forget the reason why prices actually increase, right? And so we have to look at it. We have to look at the bigger picture, right? We can't just focus on the price. Yes, the price is a great thing to look at, but I think we need to expand our view and also look at what needs to happen to increase the price. And it is happening right now. So let's shift our focus just slightly away from price, and we can revisit the price again at a later time. But at this point, I think, if we focus on what Electroneum's potential is, for example, scalability, how fast it is, and use cases, right? The doors are wide open with the new blockchain. And I think that's something that we need to think about. The price will eventually follow. And when I say that this is a good time to buy, that's my opinion, and that's exactly what I'm doing, because even at 13x, okay, and I'm just going to use one number here. I'm going to use, $10. If you invested $10, you can potentially 13x that on the low scale, right? You do the you do the math, you can extrapolate that and see what you can end up with. But that's, again, focusing on the price, but focusing on the actual, use case, focusing on the actual projects that are out there right now and that are still to come. I think it softens that sentiment a little bit of why we're not doing anything. Why is electronium still at 0.002, right? So I think it'll just follow, the price will follow once, a lot more projects are, on the chain. And one more thing, okay, which is one of my biggest, problems, that electronium is not readily or easily available in the United States. Because right now, if I wanted to trade or acquire electronium, I have really only one option, or at least that's from what I've seen, that is one of my easier options, or easiest option, because again, there are not that many, and that is using Trade Ogre. Okay, and the volume on Trade Ogre is all, it's not all that great. I mean, you can definitely get some electronium there if you're in the United States, but increasing the places where we can get electronium here in the United States will definitely open up the possibilities and the potential of electronium. So now, obviously, if Coinbase would list electronium, that would be huge. And we've been waiting for a listing at one of these huge exchanges, that is accessible to the United States. We've been waiting for that forever. And because of the regulatory shift here in the United States from being crypto, unfriendly, so to speak, to being crypto super hyper friendly, I think that the possibilities of electronium getting listed on one of these US exchanges is slightly, more possible than it ever has been, right? So that is the hope. And yeah, so those are my thoughts on electronium, and that's where I see electronium going. Again, I always say hang in there, you will be rewarded, and that's the way, at least that's what I'm hoping, that's going to happen. But I just wanted to quickly come on here and share my thoughts with you guys. And I will be doing a little bit of traveling here in the next few weeks. I will chime in from time to time from wherever I'm going to be at. I'm actually traveling to Hong Kong tomorrow, leaving tomorrow, and I will be in Hong Kong, and then go from there to my final destination. But I will chime in again, and any comments, obviously always welcome down there. Leave me a comment, leave me something, leave me your thoughts, right? Or let me know what you think about the future of electronium. Okay, and I will catch up with you guys sometime later this week. All right, take good care. Bye bye.